Okay, here we are in DaVinci Resolve. This is a video editing software, and we're going to get going. Down here are the different views that I have when editing my film. And most often I will be using this cut view. So up here are the video clips or pictures or sounds, any media that I'm going to put in my video. And right now I have nothing. So I'm going to import some media. I can go to File and Import Media. You'll also see that I can click Command I. So I'll do that now. And I will find the video on my computer. I used Photo Booth, and so there's the video I want in there. Great. Now I can click and drag that into my timeline, and there it is. If I press spacebar, then I can watch my video. Oh, fantastic. So now I want to find the places where I am going to edit out some pieces and put them back in, and you'll see what that means. So I want right there, okay? And what I'm going to do is place a marker. You'll see that I just put a marker there, and I used the letter M on my keyboard. You'll also see that if I go up to the Mark menu, I can add marker right there with the letter M, current selected. So I've marked that place. Now I'm going to go to the next place, press spacebar. I want maybe right there. So I'm using my arrow keys to go forward and backward. I'm going to get that and mark that. Then I want that right there. Right there. Mark. And we'll go to the next one. I want to mark right about there. Mark that. And then keep going, and I'm going to mark that right there. So now I'm going to go to each marker. So I will move my playhead right there. And you'll see that it recognizes my marker. Now I'll come down here to the color view. So now I'm going to take this frame. A frame is one moment in my video, and I'm going to take that still frame and move it out. I want to make sure that I'm clicked on Gallery over here. So I will double tap, so 2-finger tap, and grab still, and it comes over here. Then I'm going to move my playhead to the next marker, double tap, grab still, and I'll do that for all of these. Okay, so I have grabbed all of the still frames from those. I'm going to select them all. So I did Command A to select all, Command A, and I will double tap those and export. So again, double finger tap, export, and I'm just going to put them on my desktop. I'm going to name them for video stills. You can name it whatever you want. And I'm going to export them as PNG files. Okay. Now I'm going to go to a different software to edit those stills. Now I'm using an online photo editing software called Photopea. This is almost like Photoshop, if you're familiar with Photoshop. So I'm going to import my stills. I go and find where they are. So they were on my desktop. And I open that folder, and I just want the PNG file. So I click it, and if I hold Command on my keyboard, I can select multiple images, and I will click and drag them in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you'll see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'll start here, and I just want to take out my body. So I'm going to use a tool called the Object Selection tool. It's right here. If you don't see the Object Selection tool, you can double tap that image and select Object Selection. And I'm going to draw a box around the part that I want to keep. Okay, so you can see that it has selected most of what I want. There's a little bit here. And watch what happens when I go to select and inverse. So now it has selected everything except my body, and click delete. Boom, it's gone. Okay, so now I want to remove just that little bit. And right now it is selected everything except me, so I'm going to inverse that selection. It should be selecting just me. It's not, so I'll have to inverse the selection again. So now it's selected just me, and now I can go in here and delete that. I'm using the erase tool. That was over here, the erase tool, and I like that. So I'm going to keep that. What I will do is click File, Export as a PNG. That's it. Save that. Okay, so it looks like it exported it to my downloads file. Now I'm going to do that with all of these. I want to get this, the Magic Select tool. Let's see what it grabs. Okay, it didn't get everything. Okay, so sometimes the Object Select tool isn't as smart as we want it to be, but that's okay. So to fix that, we'll go to Select and Refine Edge. And you'll see that over here is what it currently has selected. Okay, up here I have 3 boxes, white, gray, black. If I use this white tool, it will allow more things to be shown in my selection. So I'm going to undo that. And I want to keep all of this. So I can use this tool to draw where I want to keep objects. And this part takes a little bit of time, so I'm going to fast forward the video while I do this. But if you need to, you can change the size of your pen, get more detailed, and with my fingers, I can zoom in. I can use this hand tool to move my image around. It looks like I'm close. I'm going to fix a little more on the shirt. Okay, that's mostly it. You can use this black part to remove things that you don't want. Okay, and I like it, so I will click OK. There it is. File, export as PNG. Save. My second one. For here, I just want to use my head. All right, close. I'm going to fix that selection with the Refine Edge tool. And let's use my hand tool. I want to get rid of that. Close enough. Okay. Export as PNG, save. And I'm going to get my head also here. Select, refine edge. Use my hand tool to move it. Close enough. File, export as PNG, save. One more. For this one, I just want to take my shoe. And you can do this however you want. This is your video. Looks like that didn't work. So select, refine edge. What did I keep? Oh, I'm missing the bottom of my shoe. So let's zoom in, get my hand tool. There it is. Okay, now I'm going to go back to DaVinci Resolve and we will put those stills in. Okay, we're back in DaVinci Resolve. Up here is my media, and I'm now going to put those still images into my media. Command I to import media. I downloaded those, so those should be in my downloads file. There they are, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'll drag them into my library, and there I have them. All right, this is where the magic happens. Let's go to the first marker. Okay, right there. It's my first marker. Okay, so at this clip, I want this still image. So I'm going to drag it in here and I'm going to put it on top of my other clip. I don't want to put it down here because it will move over that. This is going to be a second video. And I will move over here and I'm going to shorten this to make it stop right there on my marker. Move the playhead. I want this to end right on my marker. Okay, you'll see what happens here. It stays there and then it matches right up with that frame. Oh, beautiful. I'm going to do that with each one of these and then we will make the magic happen. I have put all of my still images in there and lining them up with my markers, and I just want to take a look at the video and see what it looks like. All right, so it looks like my still clips line up with my markers. Now I can make the magic happen. Now I'm going to come down here and change to edit mode, and you'll see now up here, I'm going to close my media pool. So up here I close my media pool so I have more space. And if you do not see these tools, just click Inspector, and now we have some special tools. And we're going to use something called keyframes. I'm working with this clip right here, so I've selected this clip. That's why it is in red. So I'm working with this clip. And right now it is zoomed at 100% or at 1%, and this is the position of that clip. So I'm going to click this and click this. And I have now placed keyframes on these places in time. And then I'll go to the beginning of my clip or anywhere that I want. And now I can change it. So I'm going to move that piece. So I'm moving this along the x-axis off the screen. Boom. And you'll see that now this is red. So now there's a new keyframe at this point. So it will move from this keyframe all the way through the clip to the next keyframe. Let's see what happens. Yo! And my computer is slow, so it's kind of lagging. There it is. And now I can do that with every one. I'll select this one. I'll put in the keyframes where I want it to be. And we'll go to the beginning of the clip. And maybe I want the head to be really small. So I'm going to zoom down. Whoop. Look at that. And maybe I want it to move down. So now it has keyframes at the beginning of the clip. And I can just press play and see what happens. I'll show you that again. So you see as we move, it's going to that keyframe and it will match up with the clip at the marker. Boom. And you can do whatever you want with these. I'll place my, why isn't that working? You have to make sure that these end up right there on the marker. There it is, right on the marker. Slide you back over here. Whoop. Okay, select my clip, place key markers, and you can use these other things if you want. So now I'm working with the shoe, okay? I've selected the clip down here. I'm going to rotate this, so I'm going to place a key marker at the end of my frame, and I'll go to the beginning. You can place key markers anywhere that you want, but at the beginning, maybe I want this to turn a little bit. Why don't you turn like that? And you'll see what happens. It's going to spin. Try that. You see it spinning there. You can change all of this stuff. Maybe at the beginning, I want it to move up. Okay, I'm going to work with my next clip. So I'm going to go to my marker, and these aren't lining up. I'm not sure what happened, but I want to make sure that I'm lined up with my marker. Yes. Okay, place the playhead right there on my marker. Select the clip that I'm going to edit. Put in my keyframes, and you can play with all of these. You can play with cropping if you want. composite. You can play with all of these and see what they do. The important thing is that at the end of your clip, where you want that frame to stop to match up with the video, you need to place a keyframe there so that it will end up at that point. And then I can go anywhere in here. Maybe I want it to move a little bit that way. Oh, it's zooming, nice. And I'll move it here, and maybe I want it to move down or over a little bit. And then maybe here, I want it to move up a little bit. You can do whatever you want, as long as at this place, the keyframes are reset at 0 or the original position. And I'm just gonna move him off the screen. Okay, let's see what happens. Move the playhead. Then it should match. Whoops. And it matches right there. Zoop. All right, last one. I will do this quick. Again, it didn't move. It didn't match with my marker, so I'm going to make sure it ends on the marker. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video. So I'll take all the video right there. So go to my marker, put in my keyframes from the original position. Let's see what this does. I'm going to play with the yaw, with a pitch. And I'm going to have it come from the bottom. All right. Move my playhead. Zzz. There it is. Put my playhead right on my ending marker. I'm going to my media pool, and I want this one, but I want it with the background. And remember, I exported that. So I can import media, and I will find that piece. I export it to the desktop, and if I look closely, I think it's this one. Boop. There it is. There is more than one way to do this, but this is the way that I'm going to do it. There it is. I can make that stop there. Now it will just continue as a still frame, so it's paused. So that is most of the video. There it is. And I chose, maybe I want to put some music behind this. I can go to my media pool and import. If you have some music that you want to put in there, I probably have music somewhere. Let's see, California Love, why not? Okay, so I imported an audio file. It goes with the rest of my media, pictures, videos. And when I drag it in, it's going to come down here and it's going to create a new audio track, a new sound track. There you go. Zoom out so I can see the whole audio track. Drag it so it goes with the same thing. So right now, there's sound on my original video, and if I want to get rid of that sound, I can double tap that, and it says link clips. So right now it means the video and the audio are linked together, and I'm going to unlink them. So let's do that. Then select my audio track. Boom, gone. Now the only sound in there is the music. So you can do whatever you want with this. Hopefully this was a chance to show you just some of the tools that you can use in here. Most importantly, how to use the media library to import videos, images, audio files. The other important thing was the inspector, so that you can use keyframes, these keyframes, and this is really where the fun happens, and you can get so creative with it. So I encourage you to take your time, try new things, and come up with a wonderful video. And if you get stuck, ask for help.